You think you've seen scary clowns before? But nothing prepares you for this. A school bus, filled with clowns. And they're not just smiling. They're watching. Do not follow. Do not pass. Because once you see them, it's too late. We were driving to an abandoned fairground to film drone footage. The sky was a deep bruised orange, fading into violet, the shadows stretching impossibly long across empty streets. At first, everything seemed normal, peaceful even. The only sound was the hum of the car engine. But then we saw movement. Flickers at the edge of our vision, shapes bending, twisting unnaturally. Clowns, at least 10 of them, scattered along the roadside. Some waved, others held objects that looked like weapons. Their painted faces reflected the dying sunlight, but their eyes were black hollows that seemed to suck in the light. Then we saw the bus, doors wide open, foggy windows, silent. Its engine hummed low, almost like it was alive, breathing. Shadows seemed to stretch from it, reaching along the street, moving on their own. We slowed down. The clowns emerged from behind abandoned cars, fences, even broken-down buildings. One stood directly in front of us, unnervingly still, head tilted almost unnaturally, grinning impossibly wide. Another appeared in the middle of the road behind it. Each movement seemed calculated, deliberate, designed to unnerve. We whispered, "Should we turn back?" Every instinct screamed yes, but we couldn't. Curiosity, dangerous, foolish curiosity, kept us moving forward. The bus started slowly down a narrow alley. Shadows clung to the walls like liquid. The streetlights flickered. Trees bent without wind, leaves rustling like whispers. Figures appeared at the edge of our vision, disappearing if we tried to focus. Inside the bus, faces pressed to foggy windows, eyes glowing faintly. One leaned close enough that we could see cracks in its paint, veins crawling beneath the makeup, a smile stretching impossibly far. A whisper echoed in our heads. "You shouldn't be here." Fog rolled in thick, sticking to the car, swallowing the street. Figures emerged from the fog, clowns crawling along the pavement, some floating slightly above it, limbs bent wrong. One reached for the car, fingers brushing the hood, laughter echoing, hollow, unnatural. Shadows multiplied, twisting in ways that made it impossible to tell what was real. Windows of abandoned buildings reflected distorted versions of ourselves. One figure climbed the side of a building, head tilted, arms outstretched like spiders, and vanished into the fog. We tried to turn, but the alley twisted, changed. The bus mirrored our movements. Every instinct screamed danger, but we had no choice but to follow. Another clown appeared on the road, limbs elongated, mouth opening impossibly wide. Its eyes glowed red. We swerved. Another appeared in the rearview mirror, pressed close, smiling silently. The fog thickened. The air became heavy, almost solid, pressing down on our chests. The bus slowed, almost inviting us closer. Shadows seemed to reach for us, sliding along the street, climbing onto buildings, lingering just beyond our headlights. A clown appeared atop a telephone pole, head cocked, arms stretching like blackened spiders. Another ran across the street, fast, faster than humanly possible, leaving faint trails in the air. Inside the bus, the clowns multiplied, faces layered on each other, shifting constantly. One leaned into the window, lips moving, whispering, "You belong here." A laugh echoed, hollow, bouncing off walls that weren't there, stretching longer than sound should last. Reality warped. Our reflections in the cracked glass seemed delayed, moving independently, mimicking us, then twisting into grins that weren't ours. The alley widened into a dead end, fog thick, swallowing light. Clowns emerged from everywhere, from shadows, from walls, even from the fog itself. One crawled along the roof, limbs bent wrong, tilting its head at impossible angles. Another leaned over the sidewalk, eyes glowing, reaching toward the car. The bus loomed, unmoving, windows filled with unblinking, grinning faces. We panicked, tried to reverse. Tires squealed, but the fog was heavy, thick. The bus remained, shadowed, commanding. Every second stretched, every heartbeat echoing like a drum. The air smelled of rust and decay. Something touched the car, a hand, cold, wet, sliding along the roof, then gone. We screamed. The bus moved, slowly, deliberately, following our every move, taunting us. Suddenly, a clown stepped on the hood, limbs elongated, head tilting unnaturally, eyes glowing like embers. Its mouth opened impossibly wide, the skin cracking and peeling like paper. Its breath fogged the windshield. Another appeared in the passenger side window, face close enough to see the veins under the makeup, mouth moving silently, whispering, "Join us." We tried to drive forward. The road ahead disappeared. swallowed by black fog. The bus floated, suspended, surrounded by shadows. More clowns emerged from the fog, crawling, floating, running at impossible angles. Whispers filled the air. Run. Come. Belong. Shadows twisted into shapes that shouldn't exist, stretching across the street, wrapping around buildings, reaching toward us. The bus suddenly lurched forward, and we could swear its headlights were like eyes, following us, searching. Figures pressed faces against every window. The fog twisted around us, almost alive, pressing against the doors, the windows. One clown crawled along the car roof, another clung to the side mirror, tilting its head to look directly at us. The air felt heavy, thick, suffocating. Finally, in a moment of desperation, we turned sharply onto a side street. The bus did not follow. Slowly, it vanished into the fog, dissolving into the night. The shadows dissolved. The street returned to normal. Silence. Only our racing hearts remained, pounding like drums in the night. No clowns, no bus. Only the memory, the fear lingering, like cold fingers brushing our necks. If you ever see something like this, do not follow. Do not approach. Drive away fast. Clowns are scary on Halloween, but a school bus full of them, moving in the night, with fog, shadows alive, whispers that crawl into your mind. That is something else entirely. Stay safe. Watch the road. And remember, some things are better left unseen.